Welcome, fifth graders. This is an intro to a line project that we're going to be doing. It is not the line project, so I am making this accessible for the virtual learners. If you guys want to do it, that's great. I am not expecting you guys to be fully online yet, but I'm trying to get our face-to-face students comfortable with using Schoology as well. So this is kind of a test to see if they can click on everything. So again, if you are a virtual learner, don't feel like, oh, you're missing something. This is just to kind of help students that are face-to-face figure Schoology out. So anyway, feel free to do it if you are a virtual student at home. So I'm going to take the ruler. I'm going to place the ruler so that the edge of the ruler is even with the side of the paper. And I'm looking at this main line right here, okay? Before we start any of the crazy lines, we need to look at the main lines. So I'm gonna hold it, and I'm going to probably come down to about here. So I'm gonna put a dot. Then I'm gonna start at the top, and I'm gonna go all the way down to that dot. And awesome, I went past it. All right. Now I'm gonna take my ruler, and I'm going to look at where I think it needs to be over here. I'm going to put a dot. Then I am going to go from this point here to the dot. Oh, I also need to add my door, so sorry. So I'm going to add a space for the door here. So I'm going to draw to that first dot. Then I'm going to add from here to the wall. Okay. Now we need to add our doorway. And to do that, first we're going to do the vertical part of the door. So what's really nice, and I lucked out, is that I have it even with that line there. And I'm going to go up a ways, I guess. And then up to a certain part, I'm going to come back with that. Okay. And what I need to do is I need to match this bottom line with the top of the door. So I'm going to slide, trying to keep it even. Okay, now I'm going to come back down, start there. So this slant right here matches this slant. Now that I just messed it up by moving, that looks pretty good. Okay, now I am going to add the top of the doorway. Stop there, and then I'm going to add a window. Okay, now I'll finish that line, and I'll now come down about here and add the rest of the window. Okay, so now I got to finish my vertical lines. So I'm gonna go up here, and you're gonna be doing this in pencil, so you'll be able to erase. Connect. And connect. Okay, so I have my main lines, this one here, up and over, and my window. Now I'm gonna do this other part. I'm gonna finish this down. Now I need to go from this corner here and do a diagonal through. Okay, now we want this to go through the door and the window. So we're going to position our line here so that it goes through both. Mine's a little bit lower, so we can do that. Okay, so I'm starting at a little bit behind here. I'm going to go through the window. I'm going to stop. I'm going to go through the door, stop, and out this way. Okay, so now all that we're doing for these lines in the background here is following that line we just drew. So knowing when to pick up our pencil or our pen. And then sliding it. And I'm keeping my lines really close. You can spread yours out a little bit. The closer they are without touching, the more you're going to get this weird optical illusion with your eyes. And the more they are similar in their spacing, same thing's going to happen. Okay. So now for these, you're basically following as if you were going across the bottom here. Now you're moving it this way. Okay. And then the ones that are on the vertical wall, I always like to start on the main line. So I would start here. And so on. So the main thing here is that you are keeping the same amount of space on the top and the bottom throughout. Okay. So we are going to work on this for the remainder of the class, if not the continuation in tomorrow's class. All right. I will continue the work and I'll have a little video for what it looks like when I'm all finished.